Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Indianapolis Colts. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play. 2nd down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Running on first down, Eckler. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. It was Justin Houston who got him down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Herbert. Open space inside the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Great job of tackling there to prevent the 1st down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
Badgley able to knock this one through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. To the 20-yard line and no further.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On 1st down, Newton. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Now the 1st carry from Marlon Mack. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing is Newton. They'll run the screen with Mack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Nyheim Hines, his 1st carry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They will go for it. Now Newton. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. So a pretty early 1st quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Newton to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And 1.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. Get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, oh, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
On 1st down, it's Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone, but sometimes the guy who's getting the ball takes the play off. The running back, because he's...
And it is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now a give, right side. Hobbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled it with the inside run.
Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. 3rd down here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Here's Newton. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Newton on first down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Oh, this ball's tipped and intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now a hook up downfield on second down. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. This pass finds its way to Williams. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Chargers.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Hobbs. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Herbert, so the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Herbert now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. And I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before the break for Herbert. A desperation heave for the end zone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Michael Batchley to kick off for the Chargers.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this carries into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run by Mack. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They go right back to Mack.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
20. Gun.
Now it's Hines. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The tackle made at
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now the second down throw on target. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and end up making the play.
He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. He's got Burton here. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on 1st down to Marlon Mack. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Out of the gun, Newton. No, it's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 9.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
To throw on 3rd down. Newton. Double team, it's intercepted. Foster picks it, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40, and all the way down to the 33-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Chargers 1st down.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. They find some open field here. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Hey, we haven't been around the entire time football's been played, but we have studied our history, and there have been some great backs who've been accused of running out of bounds to protect themselves. Well, back in the day, many people didn't like that. But nowadays, take care of the football.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
This will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Desmond King picks it. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's good.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jacob Hollister, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Chargers 17, Colts 7.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Newton. He completes this one to Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. His pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked up near his own 48. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Now he's flushed out left. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the interception by the Chargers D leads to a touchdown. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Chargers 24, Colts 7. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they get it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the
operating from the gun. Newton. He's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Newton throwing middle, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Chargers' 10-yard line.
Back to throw, Newton. Rolling to his right. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
To kick off for Indianapolis.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Henry's got it out on the left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep, and down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Third, under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down. Now it's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
Fourth down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now, man, open down the middle of the field. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Operating from the gun, Newton. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. He's got the first down inside the 10. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
Third down.
On third down, here's Eckler. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Anthony Lynn went for it but did not get it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Ochinowosu in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 28.
Newton's pass intercepted by the Chargers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off.